Ella, we go so far back. You don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear t-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, let's...
I mean...
You hold that.
Okay,
all right.
I got this.
Take two if the joke didn't work. I
No, it's okay.
I don't want no problems.
No, it's okay.
No, hold on.
Hey, so...
Apparently, there is a connection between Twitch's death and Diddy, and it has a lot to do with Ellen DeGeneres and all the allegations that went around about her illegally transporting children across borders and attending Diddy's parties. Word on the street is that Twitch had dark, compromising evidence involving both Diddy and DeGeneres, so he had to go. I'm not kidding when I say that people are not joking about connecting all the dots in this Diddy case.
Time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
It'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then no, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them. What time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning? What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I mean, I make love a lot. And, you know,
That's
Ella,
my favorite answer ever.
I told you when I came on the show, I was going to be completely honest and expose myself to the world.
All right, folks, you recall that Twitch was scheduled to check out at 11 o'clock a.m. the next day after checking in at the Oak Tree Inn, according to reports at the time of his death. Even though the news was heartbreaking, people said that it didn't make sense that Twitch would just kill himself. After all, he had just celebrated his 9th anniversary with his wife Allison, posting joyful messages and old photos from their wedding. When a hotel employee knocked on his door while he wasn't checking out, they found his lifeless body and a self-inflicted wound. My love's 9th anniversary at Allison Holker in celebration of their 9th anniversary. Allison also posted a genuine photo to Instagram. For starters, as soon as the news of the death went live, Allison said in a statement that Steven lit up every room he stepped into and that he valued family, friends, and community above all else. I couldn't be more grateful to celebrate this perfect magical day. Additionally, Twitch and Allison were even discussing having another child. Naturally, fans began searching for what could have gone wrong, and they looked first at his wife Allison, who was allegedly pretty shady about the entire situation. He was the pillar of our family, the best husband and father, and an inspiration to his followers. To say that he left a legacy would be an understatement, and his positive influence will endure forever. I have no doubt that we will never forget him. He led with love and light. After that, Allison shared a message for her spouse to wrap out her remarks. Many people thought it was a little strange that Allison made a statement as soon as the death was made public, and that when she realized Twitch was not home, she chose to make a call rather than call. Steven, we love you, we miss you, and I will always say the last dance for you. The police, she approached them as though she already knew something negative had happened, and then she did interviews months later that many people found to be emotionless. In fact, many people were saying that the marriage had seemed forced from the start and that Allison was the one who forced Twitch to become an influencer by posting videos of themselves looking happy until Twitch was unable to handle it any longer. Another thing that many people found upsetting was that Twitch did not have a will when he passed away, and even though his wife was already entitled to half of their joint estate under California law, Allison was still. In order to legally prove that she was married to Twitch, Allison had to file a petition. She stated that her husband had nothing of value when they got married in 2013 and that all of the assets they currently have were acquired through their combined efforts and work skills. The judge gave her half of the assets, and she now owns half of his current and future earnings from his Goldman Sachs investment account, as well as royalties from cast and crew production services, Disney Worldwide Services, and G Talent Services. She also received half of his interest in his 100% ownership of Stephen Boss Productions personally. One theory that was circulating was that Twitch was planning to expose Ellen and that she staged his death to make it appear as though he committed suicide. However, Tadri Hall, a Twitch friend, revealed that Twitch was under pressure due to the scandal on the Ellen DeGeneres show. It is impossible to judge Allison because people grieve differently, and there are no tangible receipts to prove that she knew more about her death.
He was on Ellen, and Ellen was being canceled. People were looking at him saying, why are you supporting this woman? And I think that is just a lot of pressure. Human beings are not designed to handle that much pressure. And when I was talking about my experience, his face was like, I know. And he was just like...
As you are aware, it was previously reported that Twitch left a note behind. While investigators who discovered the note did not elaborate on its contents, the LAPD confirmed that he mentioned previous difficulties he was facing, which were largely related to the toxic work environment at Ellen's show. For those who remember, back in 2020, Ellen was charged with permitting an on-set culture of color-based fear and intimidation by a number of former employees, despite her vehement denials and claims she was unaware of the accusations.
As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show, and then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected. I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show. This is the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. My name is there. My name is there. My name is on underwear. We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
According to a BuzzFeed report, an employee who said she was tired of hearing remarks about her skin tone basically quit her job. Other former employees said their direct managers told them not to talk to Ellen DeGeneres if they saw her in the studio. Most of the former employees actually blamed senior managers and executive producers for the daily negativity. But one former employee said, "I don't know, but I will tell you that a black woman who used to work on the show told BuzzFeed News that she experienced offensive treatment. That's because Ellen's name is on the show, and she really needed to take more responsibility for the workplace environment." Guess who was an executive producer on the show? Yep, Twitch. Was he also causing people of color to suffer, or was he one of the ones being discriminated against? Microaggressions, remarks, and behaviors she claimed that during her year and a half on the job. A senior-level producer told her and another black employee, "Oh, wow, you both have buck braids. I hope we don't get you confused." She also claimed that at a work party, one of the main writers apologized, "I'm sorry, I only know the names of the white people who work here." Additionally, a former employee claimed that after working on the Ellen DeGeneres Show for almost a year, they took a month-long medical leave to check into a mental health facility after attempting suicide. The week they returned to work, they were informed that they had been fired. Some of the producers, I quote, "openly discuss addiction and mental health awareness in public, but they are the reason there is a stigma because they definitely don't. Use the Be Kind mantra to put what they teach into practice." Twitch was also being tracked during the period when Ellen was receiving all of this criticism because, in addition to his work responsibilities, he was also a producer for the show. And, in addition, he was a close friend of Ellen, who reportedly took him to Diddy's parties in Hollywood. As everyone knows, Diddy was a frequent guest on the. We know that Diddy invited Ellen to his parties because he once told her that he had invited her to a number of them, but that she had not yet shown up. It should be noted that Ellen was invited to every party, but the only reason she did not attend the earlier ones was that they were too far away.
To all my parties, you just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really, that early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
In addition, this particular interview was conducted a long time ago because there have been rumors circulating that Ellen was seen at Diddy's parties. In fact, it has been suggested a few times that Ellen might have attended the less well-publicized gatherings at Diddy's house where disturbing and possibly illegal activities allegedly took place. And since Twitch was very close to Ellen, we know exactly what Diddy meant when he said that after midnight, they had a different kind of party child. Presumably, she accompanied Twitch to Diddy's parties. As we all know, Diddy was accused of more than just freaking out. There were also claims that he was illegally transporting people, including children, across borders. And guess who else was involved in a similar scandal? Yes, his wonderful friend Ellen. If you remember, Ellen was involved in the Wayfair scandal involving the sale of furniture at exorbitant prices, including cabinets that were valued at up to $10,000, and the names of the cabinets were linked to. People were genuinely shocked that someone would pay up to $10,000 for an incredibly ugly old-school locker, but after the entire scandal about illegal transports, it all made sense. It was alleged that the cabinets were being used for transportation by people like Ellen and Diddy, who were responsible for the reported missing persons, Olivia, and Nari Ura Samaya. Since Ellen was in the midst of Wayfair's launch, some have suggested that Twitch may have been aware of what was going on there in Ellen's relationship with Diddy, and it doesn't help that he's not the only person who was close to Ellen and died of mysterious circumstances. Recall Anne Hesh, whose death was also tainted by numerous conspiracy theories. And when it comes to Twitch, people have suggested that he may have known too much about Ellen. They also suggested that Diddy may have manipulated Twitch when he took her to his parties, which is my point. People are claiming that they are certain that Twitch was on the DL because of something Allison herself said in previous interviews about how they first met. Allison claimed that she liked Twitch when she first saw him and that she rubbed up against and even touched his behind multiple times, but he wasn't feeling it. I know that doesn't necessarily prove that he was on the DL, but that's what people were running with, and there are no. We all know the type of activities that were going on in Diddy's homes, so is this something that Diddy and Ellen held over his head, or was Twitch being blackmailed because of information he may have learned? I don't know, guys, but you let me know what you think of it. I don't know, guys, but if he was to many people, it makes sense that he simply got tired of projecting the image of a happy marriage when in deep down he felt otherwise.